Archbishop Rummel Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Billy Schaefer. Billy, first of all, congratulations on a personal level. Known you for a long time, couldn't be happier for you.
Thank you, Kenny. I really appreciate it. I know you're the main driver of this in terms of nominating me. It takes someone to step up and do that. And it's been 47 years, since I've been back here and since the graduation and such. And happy to be here and certainly elated to be in the Hall of Fame at Rummel. It's really a dream come true for me. Since I started that in '97, I followed it pretty close. Saw not necessarily some classmates of mine, but some of the great athletes here that got into it. And I said, man, it'd really be cool for me to be able to make this one day. I said, but somebody's got to nominate me and then just look at it and see how it falls. And just great to be here tonight. Really is.
The legacy, amazing. Of course, Jim Robarts was the biggest part of that. Yeah. And you played for him, and he was so fond of you. I know you felt the same way about him.
Absolutely. Just as I wrote, as you mentioned, we lost a legendary coach here recently. Certainly a great friend of mine. And a person that was, as I wrote in his obit, was a person that was tough, but very fair with us. He took the time to get to know each of his players individually, and by that I mean that he did in terms of what motivated them, how could he get the most out of them, and then to drive them not only to be good basketball players, but to just be good people beyond that, on and off the court. And he did that by example because he was a great family man himself. So I love the man very much. Very sorry that he's gone, but although my faith tells me he's in a better place, and we'll be up there one day to see him. But he's a great man, and I loved him very much.
Amen to that. You were following the Cummings, the Blundells, the Baraccos, even Gares and Joneses, and there was some legacy here, and I'm sure you took a lot from those guys just growing up and being behind them and watching them, right?
Absolutely I did. And, I started here from my sophomore year. Kevin Gare was still around. Great person, great player. Someone I really looked up to and learned a lot from coming up as a sophomore playing on the varsity. And, Kenny, the funny thing about that is one of the toughest questions I have to answer on occasion is when someone's talked to me about my high school career and when did you graduate, and they talk about Rummel, I said, oh, were you there doing the state championships? I said, it's a really tough question because I say, no, actually they won state the 2 years after I graduated. That just kind of leads itself to, hey, you weren't really that good. I said, no, actually, we did have a very competitive team. And Alan Thibodeau, one of my teammates, and Tim Powers, I haven't seen him yet, but he's supposed to be here tonight, and we often talk about that. And we attribute some of those state titles to our mentoring of those folks. So we beat up on them a little bit at the time. So
did you see that coming?
So we want to share in it.
They were the JV and freshman guys with Wade and Dean and Pittman and Kinsley and Baracco. Did you see that coming with those guys?
I would say, you can never see a state title coming because margin of victory at that point can be so close. But we certainly saw the potential in it. Remember that when I was a senior, we only had 6 seniors on the team. 3 of us started. So the other 2 were one junior, which was on the first state championship team. That was Donnie Schneider. And then after that, it was a lot of those sophomores. So we certainly saw that potential. And they certainly got some playing time that was very valuable to them as far as I was concerned. And as I said, we all feel like we taught them a few things.
Finally, you talked about the honor and what it means to you. What about Archbishop Rummel High School, what it means to you just looking back after all these years?
It's, the toughest thing I have to do tonight is put this into 10 minutes. And don't tell Jay, but I won't be able to. The fact, I'm just hoping there's no hook to pull me off the stage.
That'll be me.
Because of how, oh, Lord. So you're the one I got to bribe right now, huh? So looking back at Rummel, certainly, when I came here from St. Louis, King of France, and a lot of people don't know this, and this is part of my speech, I actually was allowed to come here. I wanted to because of the foundation they had for athletics and academics. And my folks couldn't afford to send me here. I had 4 other siblings. None of them went to Catholic high school. I met Coach Sagers at Lakeshore Playground one day. We had some conversation. He brought me over to see Brother John, who was just, if you knew Brother John, he was steely-eyed, but he was a good man. And he worked it out where I could get on what they called at the time a work scholarship based on financial aid. So I had to work to pay half my tuition and come here. I don't regret one day of that. It taught me a lot about going forward in life. It also taught me that I needed to work. I had to keep a certain GPA in order to keep that. Not by numbers, but just keep my grades up. And as you know, I graduated salutatorian, so I took that very seriously, along with the athletic part of it. So I'm very proud to represent what I consider a student athlete at this point in Rummel, and Rummel has made all the difference in my world. You will also see, if you don't pull a hook at the end. I've got 4 guests that I'd like to have come up that I want to pay tribute to. Brother John could not be here, otherwise he'd be the 5th. And that's how important it was to me. They were all mentors. They were all people that meant a lot to me and going on with the rest of my life.
Billy, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Kenny. I appreciate it.